A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Some of the students have wish you all a happy new year. Some of those students, belated wishes. And let us start the session. Already we are late by 5 minutes. As usual, let us start with the snippets. What is the first one here? Mission mode. ISRO prepares for Chandrayaan 4. An important news item. Thank you very much. Wish you the same. And congratulations, Anusha. You have got 2 jobs. Glad to know that. And mission mode means being in the state of sending or taking up missions. My pleasure. My pleasure. And all the best for a bright banking future and banking career. But when you see the word mission, you have to think of one particular word. What is that? Abort. If you see James Bond movies, sometimes they say mission aborted. Abort means to stop. Abort means what? To stop, to give up. Mission aborted. You have to know that expression. Coming to the next one, new report, key fertilizer polluting groundwater. Some important fertilizer is polluting groundwater. That is also an important news item. But English point of view, nothing to learn, all simple words. War shortages. Shortage of something, lack of something, dearth of something. What are the war shortages? Gaza babies dying of cold. Say medics. It seems Gaza babies, they are dying of cold. Winter and war-torn place and obviously no protection. Many babies are dying because of cold. Data point, school dropout rates worsen in Bihar and Assam. Dim scene in Gujarat, Karnataka, Rajasthan. Here there are 2 words. It is all about school dropouts. One is worsen. You have to recollect the word bad, worse, worst. This is an adjective. But we have a verb. What is that verb? Worsen. Worsen is a regular verb. Worsen, worsened, worsened. That's a verb. Bad, worse, worst, that's an adjective that you have to know. Worsen in Bihar and Assam, added to that, dim scene. Dim means something like dull, not bright. In other states like Gujarat, Karnataka, Rajasthan. Creditable show. There is one word here, creditable, credit. Credible, creditable. Something highly appreciable. What does it talk about? Vaishali claims bronze in World Blitz Chess. There is one word here, B-L-I-T-Z. Blitz, 2 different meanings. One meaning, sudden military attack, we use that word. And sudden concerted efforts to achieve something, then also we use this word. An important word you have to remember. Let us go to the main headline, the front page of the Hindu. Will accept the Supreme Court's decision on Dalewal Stir Center. Supreme Court, yesterday I read out the news item, directed the person should be shifted from there. Based on that, will accept the Supreme Court's decision on Dalewal Stir. Means what? A protest, some sort of opposition. Center says that. We have a news item, new snippet over here. Does RSS support wrongdoings of BJP, asks Kejriwal. Wrongdoings means mistakes of the BJP. Does RSS accept? Question by Kejriwal. Simple words, nothing to learn as such. After 40 years, Bhopal gets rid of toxic waste. There is an important expression here. Get rid of, dispose of. Usually people think OFF, but be careful, get rid of something. Only OF, not double F. You have to be careful. Here, gets rid of OF, toxic waste. Net GST collection growth slumps to 3.3% in December. We have one word here. This is also an important news item, current affairs point of view, but proficiency point of view, slump. Slump means to go down. Sometimes what happens, business, no business. Then we say there's a slump in the market, slump in the business. No business at all, something going down. Here we have a very unfortunate incident in the US. Truck mows down 10 New Year revelers in New Orleans. That's a place in the US. What are the words you can? It talks about a terrorist attack. What is this terrorist attack? A lot of people celebrating the New Year Eve, then a driver with his truck mows down mow means two meanings. One, to cut down, it goes with gardening. Mow also means to hit someone and make them fall. Here, truck mows down 10 New Year revelers, those who are celebrating New Year Eve in New Orleans. Tragic start. They wanted to start the new year happily, but tragic. They had to lose their lives. Based on the tragic start, police investigators surround a white truck that drove into a crowd in New Orleans, Louisiana on Wednesday. That particular truck must have caused the unfortunate incident. Kerala Hindu bodies differ on men wearing shirts in temples. There's one word here, differ. What does it mean? They don't agree. They did not agree. They differ on men wearing shirts in temples. Yesterday I read one news items. The Kerala CM supported the call by a particular organization. Men don't have to remove their shirts in temples. Different of opinion. It talks about that. Ukraine halts transit of Russian gas to Europe. Ukraine halts transit of Russian gas to Europe. Halt means what? Stop. And transit. Usually when you post something or you send by parcel, you can check where the particular thing in transit means transportation, moving, transit. Exactly. That's all from the front page of the Hindu. Let us go to the editorial analysis. As usual, let us ask the question, what is enrichment? When you spend 30 to 40 minutes, what are you going to get? You are going to improve your reading comprehension skill, your contextual awareness, and based on the questions, you will be able to answer questions related to summary, writer's view, tone, inference, explicit information, implicit information, all these dimensions. Besides, you are going to learn a lot of words from the editorial, which come under effective vocabulary. And there is a mini mock, questions based on exam topics. Today's editorial, not easy to comprehend at the outset. You have to read an editorial like this because it is completely abstract, not based on facts and figures, and the writer takes a particular stand and tries to criticize, and a bit vague, not clear. You got to read twice or thrice, and an important editorial from that angle. And also, so many words are there. Let us see the first one, belie. Lie, you all know, but when you see the word lie, you got to be careful. Lie, a noun. Lie is a regular verb. As a regular verb, to tell a lie. Lie can be an irregular verb, then what are the forms? Lie, lay, lain. Here it is a verb, here it is a verb. The past form of lie as a verb, lay. We have a separate verb. Lay, laid, laid. We have got after a long time. He tells lies, it's a noun. He lied yesterday, a regular verb. But lie, lay, lain, it has two meanings. One meaning, to be in the horizontal position while relaxing. The second meaning, to be in a particular state for a long time. She lay on the sofa yesterday, means she was in that horizontal position to relax. And we have another verb, lay, laid, laid, means what? To put something down. It goes with eggs, babies, things, foundation stone, rules, regulations, roads, all these things. Very important. Every time you have to recollect and remember. Here, belie, part of speech verb, meaning to give a false impression, to contradict or fail to justify. I use this word justify quite often. What does it mean? When you do something, when you say something, you should justify your saying or your act. Means you should tell why it is correct, providing some examples, then justification. Here, fail to justify. Example, his cheerful smile belied the pain he was enduring. Yesterday we got the word cheerful. Cheerful, God's gift. What does it mean? Always smiling. Cheerful person means always smiling. And some people smile. Perhaps they have some pain inside. And that smile belies the pain that person endures. His cheerful smile belied the pain he was enduring, the pain he was facing. So false impression. Word forms, belies, present form, third person singular, we should add S. Belied, a regular verb. Belying, either noun. Verb ing form used as a noun, we say gerund. Present participle. Word combinations, belie the truth, belie expectations, belie claims. All combinations are very important. Word usage, often used to describe situations where appearance or behavior does not match reality. There's a particular situation, but that situation, what we see, may not match the reality. Then we say the situation belies the reality. Synonyms, contradict, misrepresent, more than contradict, better word, misrepresent, disprove. Antonyms, represent, confirm, reveal. They have other meanings as well. The second, we have got a few new words for the first time. Those words we have never come across. Here, sanguine. You can also say sanguine, part of speech adjective. Positive word meaning optimistic or positive, especially in a difficult situation. Imagine someone is facing a problem and someone is in a difficult situation but has a positive outlook, then we say this, we use this word sanguine. Example, despite the economic downturn, this is an important expression you have to know. Economic downturn means not doing well. We also use the word recession. You all should know the word recession. A recession means what? Low economic activity. Despite the economic downturn, she remained sanguine about the company's prospects. Means that she was optimistic about the company's prospects. Optimist, yes. Word forms, sanguinely adverb, sanguineness noun, word combinations, sanguine outlook, disposition. Disposition means a mood, the way you think, and response, positive response. Word usage, used to describe someone who is hopeful or confident in challenging circumstances. Difficult situation, challenging situation, both mean the same. Synonyms, optimistic, positive, cheerful. Antonyms, pessimistic, negative, gloomy. Gloomy also means a sad. Strife, part of speech, noun. Angry or bitter disagreement or conflict. They had a strife means what? A bitter disagreement or some sort of conflict. Example, the political strife in the country has paralyzed its development. Political strife. Strife is a noun. Political strife. Political adjective. Word forms, strifes plural. Word combinations, ethnic strife, Means some tribal people have conflict. Then we say ethnic strife, political strife, inner strife. Word usage often used in context of long-standing disagreements or conflicts, particularly societal or personal. Personal or societal problems, long-lasting problems, we use strife. Usually goes with ethnic conflicts. Synonyms: discord, conflict, disagreement. Discord opposite harmony, peace, agreement. Reconcile. This is also an important word. Be at loggerheads. Very good. Who is that? Apple of discord, bone of contention. Part of speech. Anush, I have a question for you. You have already got 2 jobs, IBPS, RRB PO, RRB clerk. How come you are here? Usually students don't attend the sessions after getting the job. You have already got the job. How come you are here? Please answer that question. Part of speech verb. Meaning to restore friendly relations, to make 2 things compatible. Imagine initially some sort of friction is there or disagreement, later you agree. Then we say you have reconciled. Example, the estranged siblings finally reconciled after years of disagreement. Estranged siblings. Estranged means separated. Siblings, brothers and sisters. They are reunion, you can say. Very good, Karthik. Reunion. Finally reconciled after years of disagreement. Word forms: reconciliation, noun; reconciling, gerund; reconciled, past form. It's a regular verb. Word combinations: reconcile differences, reconcile disputes, reconcile accounts. Rarely we use with accounts. Okay, fine. All the best. Word usage. Often used in interpersonal relationships or in situations involving conflicting ideas or numbers. Usually it goes with interpersonal relations. We reconcile, and sometimes internal also. You may wonder how. Imagine someone is not rich, tries a lot to become rich, but he doesn't get success. Success becomes elusive. Then he reconciles to the fact that he can never become rich. He accepts the bitter truth. That is personal, internal. But between persons also we can use. Synonyms: harmonize, settle, resolve. Antonyms: alienate, separate, estrange, separate, same word. Conflagration, an important word. It has 2 different meanings. One meaning goes with fire, another goes with it has a different meaning. You will come to know here. Part of speech, noun, meaning a large destructive fire. Another meaning in this context, conflict. Violent conflict, we say conflagration. Example, the conflagration consumed several blocks of the city. This sentence talks about fire. Inferno, very good. Pavani, I appreciate that. Within no time. Word forms: conflagrations, plural. Word combinations: a raging conflagration, a raging fire, a raging conflagration. Political conflagration, major conflagration, all important combinations. Word usage used both literally it goes with fires, and figuratively, conflicts. Synonyms: blaze, inferno, conflict. Antonyms: peace, calm, serenity. Serene, calm, tranquil, placid. All these words you have to recollect. We have got this for the first time. Have you heard of this any time? Have you come across this word any time? An important word. Usually SSC, they take words like this. We don't come across, rarely we come across, they're given the exam. That way it is an important word. Royal, part of speech verb, meaning to disturb or agitate. More than disturb here, agitate. His sudden decision roiled the entire office. means his sudden decision to leave the office must have disturbed the entire office. Word forms a roiled, past, roiling, gerund participle. Word combinations, roil emotions, roil the waters means disturb the waters, markets, disturbing markets. Word usage used to describe situations or emotions that are stirred up or unsettled or disturbed. You can think of all these. Synonyms: agitate, upset, disturb. Antonyms: calm, soothe, settle. Soothing, calming, that's an important word. Beleaguered, that's also an important word. Yes, Vishnu. Part of speech adjective. As a verb, actually it is a verb, but we can use a past participle as an adjective, meaning suffering or being under constant trouble or pressure. Someone is under constant pressure, constant trouble, then we use the word beleaguered. Example, the beleaguered CEO announced his resignation after the scandal. Maybe he was under some trouble and got into some scandal, he had to resign. He resigned after that. Word forms: beleaguer, verb, beleaguering, gerund. Word combinations, it goes with political scenario as well. Beleaguered leader, beleaguered state, beleaguered nation. All these combinations are very important, do remember. Word usage often used to describe individuals or entities under intense stress or criticism. Synonyms: troubled, harassed, besieged. But besieged has a different meaning. Antonyms: supported, relieved, protected. Beleaguered leader, usually that is a combination when you read the newspapers. State also we use. Encomium, have you heard of this any time? Encomium, never heard of this. Part of speech, noun, meaning enthusiastic praise or compliments. Encomium means giving a compliment. We have never come across this word for the first time. Praise or give a compliment. Example, the author received encomiums for her latest novel. Means she must have got compliments. Word forms: encomium singular, encomiums plural. And what are the word combinations? Encomiums for efforts, compliments for efforts. Two leaders, compliments two leaders. Word usage, primarily formal, that's why we haven't come across. Often used in speeches or writings praising someone. We don't use in everyday English. You have to allot some time separately, Uday. Some words not easy to remember, and you have to allot 10-15 minutes every day, and you have to work on those words which are difficult to take, which are difficult to remember. Accolades, familiar word. Praise, eulogies, familiar word. Antonyms: criticism, rebuke, condemnation. We have got many a time. Smug. Smug also we haven't got. A new word, smug. Part of speech, adjective, meaning excessively self-satisfied or complacent. Complacency is always dangerous. Complacency means what? What do they mean? Imagine you have achieved something and you're happy with that, but that is not something substantial. Then we say you have become complacent after the success. Once you become complacent, you don't feel like trying for better things. That will be like a dead end, cul-de-sac. His smug attitude made it difficult to work with him. Smug attitude always dangerous. Word form: smugly, adverb, smugness, noun. Word combination: smug, grin, smug reply, and smug satisfaction. Word usage used to describe overconfidence or self-righteousness in behavior. More than overconfidence, it is like self-satisfaction. Exactly, Anusha, you're right. Satisfied, being happy with what one has. Synonyms: complacent, an important word; self-satisfied; conceited. Conceited has a different meaning. It is like being snobbish, thinking others are nothing, you are superior. Antonyms: humble, modest, self-effacing. All are important words. That's all about editorial vocabulary. It has taken how much time? Almost 30 minutes, 25 minutes. So many words, and some are new words. Let us have a look at editorial overview. What is this editorial about? This editorial highlights the disconnect between the Union Home Ministry's MHA self-congratulatory assessment of its performance in the Northeast, particularly in Manipur. Here we have the conjunction, and the ground realities of the region's persistent ethnic strife and unrest. One thing is, on the one hand, something positive. On the other hand, something negative. What is positive? The Ministry of Union Home Ministries self-congratulatory assessment. But what is negative? The ground reality. Ground realities of the region's persistent ethnic strife, persistent ethnic conflict, and unrest. That is like a paradoxical situation. How does it start? What is the stimulus? Yesterday, if you guys remember, the headline, yesterday's the Hindu paper, front page, the CM expressed regret, one particular word, regret. Based on that, this has been written. That regret, too little too late, on Manipur and the Home Ministry's self-pat. Self-pat means what? Appreciating yourself. Pat, when you hit on someone's back, like on shoulder, pat. Self-pat. Appreciating oneself. Byron, not Soren, Byron, I suppose. Anand. A main idea, the situation in Manipur belies the Home Ministry's sanguine assessment. It belies, the situation in Manipur belies means it projects against the backdrop of the Home Ministry's sanguine assessment. Something else is the reality. Here it seems positive, but it is not positive. That's what Byron Singh, exactly, Anand. He expressed regret based on this. Based on the regret, all this. What is the first sentence here? Conflict resolution and peace building, or the absence of both, and the prolongation of strife are dependent upon certain conditions. This is a bit difficult to understand, today's editorial. What is the reason? The writer takes a particular stand and makes statements, and nothing concrete, everything is abstract. You got to read very carefully. Conflict resolution and peace building, or the absence of both, and the prolongation of strife. When you don't have these two, conflict resolution and peace building, it results in a status quo of strife. Prolongation of strife are dependent upon certain conditions. What are those conditions? If there is a winning side in the conflict that seeks to restitute, means restore and reconcile with the losing side, then there is a guarantee of peace. Imagine there is a winning side, there is a losing side. Then the losing side has to reconcile, then you can expect peace. If there is a winning side in the conflict that seeks to restitute, restore, and reconcile with the losing side, because the winning side has the upper hand, it can take the call, it can decide, the ball is in its court. And if it decides to restore and reconcile with the losing side, then you can expect peace. Then there is a guarantee of peace. First one talks about a statement, abstract statement. Second one talks about the writer's stand, what establishes. Strife means conflict. I have already given. I think you have joined late, Uday. If there are no winning sides, but an honorable compromise is worked out between two sides, then too there is a possibility of lasting peace. Situation one. Winning side, losing side. Winning side wants to reconcile, restore peace. Then you can expect peace. Second situation, no winning side, no losing side. But someone plays the role of a mediator, then also you can expect peace. This sentence talks about that. If there are no winning sides, but honorable, an important one, H is silent, based on that, honorable here. And I think it should have been and not a. Honorary post, H is silent, exactly. It should have been and not How come? An honorable compromise is worked out between two sides. Then too there is a possibility of lasting peace. Long lasting means exists for a long time. You have to recollect words like an honest, an honor. There are also situations when conflicts are not resolved but a tenuous yet steady peace is maintained through dialogue and discussion. See, the first four sentences, no concrete information. All the four sentences talk about the possibility of establishing peace from the writer's point of view. Fourth one talks about there are also situations. First situation, winning side. Second situation, no winning side, no losing side, but mediator plays a role. Third situation, this one, imagine there are also situations when conflicts are not resolved. Conflicts are there, not resolved. Some sort of tension prevails, and based on that, but a tenuous means exhausted, tired, difficult, and you have to put in a lot of efforts. Yet steady peace is maintained through dialogue and discussion. Some sort of dialogue, some sort of discussion, and peace is maintained, though no solution as such. Fifth one talks about what? But a situation where violence raises its head time and again, an important expression. Now the writer comes to the present scenario in Manipur. First four sentences talk about how to establish peace, possible situations. Now it talks about the present scenario in Manipur. Based on that, the fifth sentence. But a situation where violence raises its head time and again means on and off. And when actors in the conflict continue to be hostile without even talking to each other, here actors means the ethnic groups in the conflict continue to be hostile. We got this word yesterday. Hostile means what? Being antagonistic, maintaining enmity, and yes, that's right, negative. Hostile without even talking to each other cannot be described as peaceful. This is the main thing the writer wants to tell us. Center says there is peace and it has gone in for self-patting, but the writer does not agree. The writer says when these ethnic groups facing animosity, facing some sort of hostilities, they don't even talk to each other. It doesn't mean that peace is there. The Union Home Ministry MHA has patted itself on the back by claiming that the Bharatiya Janata Party-led government has managed to build bridges of unity in the Northeast. Why did the MHA congratulate itself for establishing bridges of unity where? Northeastern region, especially Manipur. In the Northeast, to usher in. Usher, an important word, to bring in, to make something happen. But it also means, imagine you go to a theater, you go a little late, movie started, entire theater dark. Then a person comes to you with a torch and shows you the way, takes you to your seat number. That person is called usherer. Have you heard of this word any time? Please respond. Usherer. Usherer is a person who shows the way in the theater and takes you to the place. Oh, you have heard. Very good. Usher in, result in peace with unprecedented success. Writer does not agree. Seventh one, but if the Manipur situation where outcomes of the conflagration that raged in May 2023 continue to roil the state with sporadic skirmishes and recurring crises or anything to go by, then the statement is not only a false claim, but is also in line with the regime's efforts to portray success where failure is apparent in order to win the battle of perceptions. This is also very difficult to understand. Usher means to result in, something happens, I have already explained. It ushers in development, means it brings in development. Usher means to make something happen, to bring something positive. But if the Manipur situation where, what is Manipur situation? Where outcomes of the configuration, dispute, conflict that raged in May 2023 continue to roil, pop up the state or disturb the state with sporadic skirmishes. Sporadic means scattered, skirmish, something like a fight. And recurring crisis, recurring means repeated, crisis singular, crisis plural. Or anything to go by, an important phrase you have to remember. If you look at all these things, then the statement is not only a false claim, but is also in line with the regime's, that means the center, the BJP party's stand. Efforts to portray success where failure is apparent. Apparent means what? Obvious. Apparent means what? Obvious. Where failure is apparent, in order to, why does it do that? In order to win the battle of perceptions. What people think, perception, what you think. In the battle of perceptions, they are trying to project something false as something true. Writer's opinion, not my opinion, mind you. Whatever I say here, based on the editorial, not my personal thing. Completely objective analysis, not subjective. Soon after this year-end report of the MHA came out, the beleaguered Chief Minister of Manipur and Biren Singh issued an apology for the ethnic violence in the state. Till that time he was calm, he was quiet, he was silent. But as soon as this report came out, soon after this year-end report of the MHA came out, the beleaguered, troubled Chief Minister of Manipur and Biren Singh issued an apology for the ethnic violence in the state. Based on that, the editorial starts with too little, too late. Too little, not significant. Too late, not at the right time. This, in any case, is too little, too late in the day, as his government does not seem to enjoy the confidence of at least one particular ethnic community in the state. It is too little, too late. How can we say that? How can the writer say that? In the day, as his government does not seem to enjoy the confidence of at least one particular ethnic community in the state. That means one particular ethnic community is against the state government. Soon after, that is over. For the MHA to portray that the Northeast is on the path to peace and prosperity, even as the embers of the ethnic violence in Manipur refuse to die down and restrictive measures are being reimposed, can only be described as burying its head in the sand. Center says, MHA says peace, Northeast is heading towards peace. But writer says it is something like, against the backdrop of, even as the embers of ethnic violence, the flames of ethnic violence in Manipur refuse to die down, means refuse to calm down or go down, and restrictive measures are being reimposed, can only be described. Against this backdrop, something negative, if they say, if the center says, MHA says, the Northeast is heading towards peace, it is like, according to the writer, mind you, burying its head in the sand. Ostrich, like ostrich. I have already said, you have to listen, I cannot repeat. I have already said the meaning. You have to be attentive. Its head in the sand. Something not acceptable, that's what it means. In December, the Union government had also reimposed the protected area regime in the middle of security concerns arising out of influx from neighboring countries. Influx means sudden inflow of persons or things. Influx. In December, the Union government had also reimposed the protected area regime amid Security concerns arising out of influx from neighboring countries. A reference to refugees from civil war-torn Myanmar. Influx means a lot of people visiting or entering a particular place, we say influx. And it goes with products as well. The MHA also said that it will map demographic data along the Myanmar border to help in the fencing of the international border and stopping infiltration. MHA has said something like constructing a border, some sort of protection to stop infiltration. Infiltrate means what? Enter from one side of the border to the other side, means from one country to another country illegally. We use the word infiltration. Again, it will be a grave mistake, serious mistake, to bracket refugees fleeing the Myanmar junta's repression as infiltrators. These people are fleeing. Flee means to escape, to run away from Myanmar. What is the reason? Because of the army rule over there, and you label them infiltrators. That is not acceptable according to the editorial. It will be a grave mistake, very serious mistake to bracket, to name refugees fleeing the Myanmar junta's repression. Repression means suppress someone. As infiltrators, not the right word according to the editorial. And this might exacerbate. Exacerbate means what? To make something worse. Already something is bad, you make it worse. Exacerbate already fragile, delicate ethnic relations in border states such as Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. Labeling is very important. Wrong labeling results in clashes. How does the editorial end? I think we have one more slide. The MHA must, now the editorial has a suggestion, personal obligation imposed by the writer. The MHA must instead focus on getting its act together. An important expression. Get your act together means to act properly in a just manner, proper manner. In conducting the census and working with the state governments to bring out a humane policy of addressing the refugee situation. It has to coordinate with the states and it has to act properly and it has to take this humane policy. Humane means kind. Human is different, humane is different. Humane means what? Kind. Short of doing so, if the MHA does not do that, the ministries and communes to itself will be smug self-satisfaction, devoid of all meaning. If the center, the MHA does not do that, all that self-appreciation, self-congratulation, self-patting, they don't make any sense. And communes to itself will be smug self-satisfaction, devoid of all meaning. Complacency without any meaning, no meaning as such. That's all about the editorial. Not easy to understand. I would like to reiterate because it is not based on facts. It is completely based on the writer's view about one particular person, the Chief Minister of Manipur, his expression of regret and a particular report. Based on that, the stand taken by the writer, it's all about the writer's view. Answer the first question. What is the tone of the editorial towards the Union Home Ministry's claims about peace in the Northeast? Komoru Madhavi has answered. Who else? Are so many students. Optimistic, no. Apologetic, no. Neutral, no. Critical. Completely critical. Summary-based question. Which of the following best summarizes the editorial's viewpoint? If one student answers, please mention the question number. Then I will respond. I will give you some time. 2, Pavani says 2B. The Northeast is experiencing lasting peace? No. Manipur's ethnic violence showcases a failure of government policies. Hold this. The Chief Minister of Manipur has successfully addressed ethnic tensions? No. Refugees from Myanmar are the primary cause of unrest in the Northeast? No. I think we should go with B. Answer is B. Very good. Showcase means to display, to represent. Inference-based question. Why does the editorial describe the Chief Minister's apology as too little, too late? As I said, the editorial is written based on the Chief Minister's apology, expressing regret. Why does it say too little, too late? Try to answer. Already answered 3B. His apology was delivered before the violence erupted. His apology lacked sincerity and failed to rebuild trust. His apology focused on blaming other communities. The apology coincided with the government census initiative? No. It lacks sincerity. That is the answer. Explicit information means already mentioned in the passage. According to the editorial, what measure has the union government reimposed in the Northeast? In the editorial, you see the word reimpose. Impose means to force upon, reimpose for the second time. Demographic census? No. No. Protected area regime, clearly mentioned. Center has reimposed protected area regime. Answer is B. Yes. Anusha and Bhargavi, I suppose. They got it. Neha also got it right. No. Yes. Neha. B. Perfect. I appreciate. Next one. Implicit information based question. What implicit criticism does the editorial make of the MHA's report? Implied criticism regarding MHA's report. Answer is not that one, Uday Kumar. Try to answer question number 5. Answer is A. Yes, Madhavi has got it right, Anusha, Anand, all these. The report exaggerates the government's achievements for public perception. In the editorial, you have seen battle of perceptions. To win the battle of perceptions, this particular thing, that is a criticism. Beyond any doubt, answer is A. Title analysis based question. Why is the title Too Little Too Late appropriate for the editorial? Why is this title appropriate? Too little, too late. It reflects the delayed and insufficient actions of government and leaders. It highlights the MHA's excessive focus? No. Northeast problems are minor and short-lived? No. So what is the answer again? It reflects the delayed based on that and insufficient. Insufficient, too little. Delayed, too late. Answer is the first option. Try to answer this one, filler. Select the most appropriate word to fill in the blank. The accident has raised questions about both the flight crew and air traffic control during the emergency. Based on yesterday's editorial. Complacency, adequacy, reliability, negligence. Questions about negligence we don't say. No, one of the two, either B or C. It is adequacy. Here adequacy goes more with the sort of skills they have, the sort of abilities they have, whether adequate, not adequate. Answer is B. Very good. Anant, I appreciate. Those who have answered B, highly appreciable. Adequacy is the answer. You can think of reliability. It is not about reliability. Adequate in what? Skill set. Dealing with emergencies. From that angle, adequacy is the correct word. What is a synonym of grim as used in the passage? Severe, optimistic, radiant, trivial. Grim means what? Severe. Easy one, should not be a problem. What is the antonym of crippled as used in the context of the passage? Crippled means what? Operational, disabled, damaged, fractured. Answer is B. No. Answer is B. Disabled. Able, disabled. That means cripple. Oh, they want the opposite. Okay, I'm sorry. So, what is the answer based on that? Disabled, negative, damaged, negative, fractured, negative. Operational. Antonym, not synonym. Answer is A. We have to see that also carefully. In the context of the passage, the word flapless refers to what? Yes, Bhargavi, Neha, others also. A, perfect. Flapless means what? Lack of a stabilizer on the aircraft, absence of wing flaps during landing, a malfunctioning engine flap, a bird strike on the aircraft. If one student answers, then I will respond. Question number 4. No. It means absence of wing flaps during landing. Flapless means what? Absence of wing flaps at the time of landing. Answer is B. Murli has got it right. Very good. Scrambled sentences, you have 4 parts. Try to get the correct order. Yes, Murli has got it right. It holds important lessons for everyone from airport authorities to aviation regulators to airline pilots. Answer is B. The last question for the day. Phrase replacement. Select the correct replacement for the underlined phrase. The grim footage of a Boeing 737-800 sliding across the runway will forever be, I think this is the part we have to, a reminder of the tragic air crash. A reminder of the tragic air crash, sad glimpse of an unfortunate Boeing accident, the shocking visuals of a Boeing accident, the horrifying sight of the airplane mishap. Here, these are better words. Reminder of the tragic air crash. Based on that, no replacement required. Very good. Who is this? Saraswati. D is the answer. Wonderful. Anand also got. That's really good. Anand, Murli, Bhargavi, Naveen. Highly appreciable. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. But an editorial like this, you have to read twice, thrice to comprehend. Not easy. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.